Today's word is hard money. A lot of people say, I want to get started in real estate investing, but I don't have any money. So let me introduce you to hard money and how beneficial this is to investors, especially if you're just starting out and having a hard time raising private funds from individuals, because honestly, there aren't many people who are going to want to invest with you if you haven't done any deals. So I asked our real estate partner over at Jet Lending to break it down for you. What is hard money? How does it work? So let's hear from Alex from Jet Lending.
Hi, my name is Alex Buriak, and I'm the Senior VP of Business Development at Jet Lending. Jet Lending is an asset-based lender. Many of you have heard the term a hard money lender. This means that I lend to the hard asset, which is the property. A true loan-to-value lender is not considering your credit when lending to the asset. Credit and income reserves may dictate your risk and dictate your terms of the loan, but it's not a disqualifying factor. Today, I'm going to go walk through a sample loan estimator to see how loan-to-value lending is different and how this method you can come zero out of pocket at closing, or what's called 100% financing. So let's begin. First thing we'll look at is purchase price. Now, purchase price is the only variable that you can control. This is where a lot of your profit, if not all your profit, comes from on the purchase price, not the sale, because you can control this variable. So purchase price, let's put it at $100,000. Now, let's say this property is going to be worth $200,000 after we fix it up. Let's say we're going to put $40,000 of rehab into the property to make it worth $200,000. Let's say the yearly taxes are $6,000 a year. So that means I can lend you $140 total loan. Now what I'm going to do is take $40,000, which is your repairs, and I'm going to hold it in an escrow account. That escrow account is for me to give you draws upon completion of work. So as you build up the property and its value, I reimburse you for completed work. So that means I can lend $100,000 at closing, hold $40 in escrow for a total loan of $140. So when you see the loan to value 70%, it's split up to what your repairs are and what you can fund at closing. If we did this loan at 3% origination, at 11.9% interest-only payments with no prepayment penalty, the origination fee would be $4,200. Your document fee for our legal team would be $375 for your closing docs. We also try to estimate for title because we don't know this information until it's on the HUD. But we want to give you a good idea of what you're bringing to the table, if anything. 1.5% is a good rough estimate for what your title fees are going to be. The equation falls out of balance as the loan gets larger, but we want you to know, hey, there's other fees that your lender can't control that are going to be on this loan. So be aware of them. Processing fee of $780, that's like to pay our processors, your flood certs, any other fees at like your credit pool, things like that. And we use a single bureau pool, not a tri-merge. So it's a soft pool, and we can use that pool for up to 6 months. So we don't just pool it every time. If you calculate all these fees up, your closing costs are $7,455. That means if you bought it this way, you'd bring $7,455 at closing. Your interest payments plus your monthly tax escrow is $1,888.33 a month on the first of the month, every month while you're in the loan. And again, there's no prepayment penalties at Jet. So I want you to look at this here really closely because it's about to change. If you were to buy this property for $90,000, you'll notice this becomes negative. That means we're rolling everything in. All your origination, your title fees, anything that comes up, I still got about $2,500 of remainder just in case something happens at closing. We can still fund that. Now, we won't overfund and give you money at closing unless it's a cash out and you already own the property. But if you're buying the property, we're going to make sure you zero out, and that's how you do it. You buy it for less than what I'm funding at closing. Now, here's the other story. Let's say you bought it at $110,000. Now you're bringing $17,455. So when you're using true loan to value lending, it's about how you bought it. Loan to cost lending is when you have a stipulation that you're going to lend anywhere from 80 to 90% of the purchase price or the value, as is value of the property, whatever's less at closing, but they also have a 70 or 75% loan to value max loan, but you're still bringing money to closing either way. So loan to value lending is different, where you can actually have 100% financing depending on how you buy it. Another thing to keep an eye out here is your liquid reserves. I'm going to make sure that you have three things. So to make sure that you're safe in the loan. As a lender, we make money two ways. We make money on on origination. We make money on interest payments. The interest payment spread is very small, depending on how your cost of funds are made. So what we look for is three things to make sure you're safe so you can keep buying properties, because we make money when you keep buying. So I'm going to look for that you have at least 1/3 of the renovation budget so you can keep the project moving as I'm reimbursing you from the escrow account. I'm going to make sure that if you have any out-of-pocket cost at closing, I'm going to make sure you have that because that's gone day one. I'm going to make sure that you have at least 6 months of interest payments somewhere in your accounts. I'm not going to take them, but I want you to see that you have them or have access to something like income or other forms of money coming in. So I know that every month you're going to be able to pay on time and not risk foreclosure. So as you can see here, this $42,000 is going to change if I move this back to $100,000. It's going to change to $32,000 because I have another $10,000 to play with. If you made it at that $0 out-of-pocket one, again, you can see it changes to $22,000 because I'm rolling all your costs in. So this is how asset-based lending works when you use a loan-to-value lender.
Hey there, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to click on that little bell right there and it will alert you with any new videos that we may have and that we may upload. And finally, feel free to comment below if you have any questions or maybe you need some term or strategy explained a little more simply. There's no shame in that. I'll be happy to do so.